Good morning, good morning. Where have you been for 6 weeks? So, my first video of 2024. Good welcome everybody, good morning, good morning. And for old members of the MARMY Army, where have you been for 6 weeks? You better not have been on other channels, watching other channels, enjoying other channels. You better not have been doing that, it's your right to do so. But new Marmers, well, welcome. You are about to see my quest to become the ultimate runner. It's going to be new race city in all new places, at all new distances. I'm not just going to stick to half marathons anymore. I'm going to throw in some more 10Ks. I'm going to throw in some big marathons as well. I've got some ultras booked in, some little ultras, and one particularly enormous ultra. Don't want to boast. I've even signed up for parkrun, because I know that those videos are like clickbait, like crack cocaine for the geriatric runner. And although one of my YouTube friends and connections has said to me the other day, you know, oh, I don't bother looking at likes, I just enjoy myself. That's a lie. Everybody looks at the number of likes. If I'm going to have a catchphrase for this year, it's going to be new races, new faces, new places. It took me a little while to come up with that. Now, you get people who live on canal barges. They are people who generally are dodging council tax, and they claim that they're embracing the free life. Nothing to do with that, they're just council tax dodgers. One of them, people always go past and go, oh, be cooking his breakfast, cooking his body odour by the smell of it. It's revolting. Damp and the continual smell of barbecue. So, this is my first long run of 2024, and yeah, if you are new to joining us, right, this channel has trebled in the last year. In 2023, it trebled in size. I'm now at 1,130 subscribers. If that number trebles, can't times 0, 9, 3, 3390 subscribers. So be part of it. Now, how is the video format going to work? Well, essentially it's going to be pretty well the same. I will go to as many races as I can and crack wise for a bit, people watch, make fun, and run as fast as I can, not very technically. If I think it's funny, unless it's going to get me sacked, from now on it's staying in. So I'm not going to worry about video length. I'm probably going to take my time a little bit posting stuff, because very often I don't. I kind of rush things through to satisfy the old audience. Do you know what? Right behind me is some fly tipping, and ahead of me there is a van with its doors open, and I think I'm catching a fly tipper in the act. Now, do I? This is like that Bear Grylls Netflix series.
You're in charge, you made the decision, you decide.
The options will come down at the bottom. A, go after the van and ask him what he's doing, challenge him. Not going to do that. B, film him and talk to you. C, run past. There should probably be another option, call the police. Not going to do that, it'll take too long. And then they give me a crime number, and then they bother me about it for weeks, when really I just don't want to be involved. I think I'm going to do both B and C, which is run past him whilst talking to you and do nothing. I mean, but having said that, look at that. That's a crime against nature, isn't it? Right, I am going to run past him really, really quickly and hope he wasn't going to notice. Which is a bit of a shame, actually, because I was going to do a section down here by the river. Not going to do that now because I'm a coward. Right, here we go. I've misjudged that on many levels. One, they're construction workers who were removing a portion of fence, and 2, they were parked by a sign that said no fly tipping. I've made a big error there. I'd go back and apologise, but can't be bothered. I am going to be doing, in my quest to be the ultimate runner, I'm going to be doing all the distances this year. I stick a lot to half marathons. Right, I don't like to challenge myself. Half marathon is my distance. I love it. I run it all the time. Love it. I kind of moved up to marathons and I dipped my little toe in the water of a 10k. But I'm going to do a bit more of everything. Park run is apparently very popular. But it's 5k, right? 5k in a park, and apparently pensioners do it, children do it, people with dogs do it. Now look, I know people of all those age ranges. Now I've got parents, I've got children, and I've got dogs. I don't want to run with any of them, to be quite honest with you. What's the point? They have to come with me every time. That's not why I do this. I do it for escape, I do it for solitude, and for fitness. Trying to keep the Grim Reaper from banging on my door. Now I'm actually in training. I very rarely do any training, but I'm actually in training because my first race is on Saturday the 27th of January, and it's the Whichever Way Ultra. Right? So I signed up to do a 40-mile ultra. I've got to get to Broadway, lovely Broadway, park outside the Lifford at about 6, jump on a coach with people, huge amount of anxiety. Who am I going to sit by? You know, it's like being back at school, isn't it? Who's going to sit by me? When do I get the dopey camera out? Because it's going to be filmed. That's the whole point of doing it. How many people can I irritate? How many annoying questions can I ask? Several, I would imagine, apart from the key ones, which is what's the way? Because I've done a half marathon trail, got lost, full marathon, got lost, all with the aid of my watch. I've programmed the directions in again. This is 40 miles. So the coach will deliver us at the bandstand in Droitwich. I think it's Droitwich. And we've got to run 40 miles back to Broadway. I say we as if it's a collective effort. It won't be. Within probably about a mile and a half, I will be running on my own. But then that does leave me directionally vulnerable, and I've got to run it, because if I don't, I won't qualify for my biggest race of 2024, which is the Century Way 100-mile 24-hour ultra. I've got to learn to run more slowly. Now this nugget of wisdom was given to me by my good friend and mentor Tristram Oliver, who has done this sort of thing before and has offered to take me on a couple of practice runs. On that note, Tris, well done. Yeah, we got a first in his degree, and he's now qualified chiropractor. Cha-ching! Who knew? That's some big brains in there, Tris. I've run with a guy, it surprised me. Tris tells me that I need to slow right down. Now, on an analysis of my stats, I usually run a half marathon in around about 1 hour 25 minutes. Right, that's around about 6 minutes 30 a mile as an average. A full marathon, let's take my best effort, which is 3 hours 16. Now I'm hoping to go better than that this year at the Shakespeare Marathon. I'd do it in about 7 minutes 30 a mile. So I'm thinking, if I'm doing an ultra, let's go for maybe 8 minutes 30 a mile and see how we get on. Now I'm trying to go a little bit slower, and that's not me being flash, it's just I'm always used to running at the same pace. Now at the moment I'm doing 8-minute miles, and I'm stopping to talk to you every 5 minutes. Essentially, this is not me saying I'm particularly fast, I just like to get things done. You know, jobs around the house, races. My wife will tell you, I do everything as quickly as I can, but also as badly as I can. Tell you what, let's go into the woods, and I'll tell you about what's coming up in 2024. I've got a load of races. Do I jump this? It's a fool's errand, this one, because this could put me out the ultra. Let's give it a go. Oh, I bottled it. I bottled it. I bottled it. I bottled it and started slipping. Oh, do you know what? I'm not. Whoa. This is wet. It's been raining continually for about 2 weeks. It's like an otter's pump bag at the moment. I haven't thought that through, to be honest with you. If an otter, why would an otter have a pump bag? Because he's going to the gym. Why would it be wet? Sweat, I suppose. Or it could be swimming. Could be swimming, just going there to show off in the pool. Maybe. They said these trunks would be in there, essentially. If they'd run out of plastic bags, you know, bag liner things. Or he didn't wear trunks at all. In which case, he's probably not welcome back at that gym. Either way, you get the point. Right, I'm going to do this. Right, no slipping, no bottling. Whoop! Yeah, made that. No sweat. Back's gone. Right, this is a clearing. So, is this potentially, my shoes are wrecked, is this potentially a good place to, this just makes me look predatory. I'm wandering around the woods in shorts and with a camera. I can hear people. It's like the bloody Blair Witch. Right, do you know what? This is a bad idea. I'm not filming down here. It's too dodgy. Both for me and other users. Now, other new additions to my videos, I have asked around in terms of what worked. And a lot of people said the best thing that you do is interact with people. My MO has been to be a lone wolf, but people are now saying they want me to engage. In 2022, when I started this channel, I used to run with friends. They were slightly bewildered, they didn't really know what I was doing, but they indulged me. Within those videos, I used to ask 13.1 questions, because I was a half marathon runner. Clever. If you're after Parkinson, that's not what that was. Right, the questions were moronic. Question number 11. You've retired, you're starting a small business. It's a dry cleaners. What do you call it? I want to meet a member of the MARMY Army at every single race before the start. I mean, he's the sort of guy who throws himself into a conversation, thinks that it's gone really well, plays it back in his memory with the benefit of hindsight, and discovers that the conversation went horrifically badly. In many ways, I suppose, a bit like Prince Andrew.
I've only been to Woking a couple of times. As soon as somebody reminded me of it, I went, oh yes, I remember that.
That's where the similarity ends. Just like to point that out. Right, make that absolutely clear. Dreadful man. I'm actually running what looks almost like a trail down here, but in my running shoes, so I'm going to come a crop, I think, in a minute. I've got an eye infection at the moment, which is why my eye go a little bit bulbous. I think it's what they call a sty. I assume it's a sty. My wife very supportively said to me the other day, well, you'll be at home in there then, won't you, you pig? True story. Oh, is there a better place to tell you about 2024? Now, before I start my What's New in 2024 calendar, I've got to say a huge thank you to Run Through's Matt Wood, Go Beyond Challenges Simon Hollis, Maverick Races Brittany Saville, and Ian and Emma at Cotswold Trail Events, just generally for being good eggs. In the race calendar so far this year, I have got booked up. On the 4th of February, I'll be going to the Warwick Half Marathon. On the 25th of February, I will be in Leicester, running that half marathon there at Prestwold Hall. On the 17th of March, I will be in Droitwich running the half marathon. On the 31st of March, I'll be running the half marathon in Gloucester. On Sunday, the 7th of April, I'll be running in the London Landmarks half marathon, going for my PB to see if I can break 1 hour, 23 minutes, and I will be running that in aid of the Marie Curie Hospice. I will put the deets in the chat. On the 21st of April, I will be going back to the Shakespeare full marathon where I'm hoping that I will be able to get my personal best there, just under 3 hours 16 minutes. On the 28th of April, I'll be back in Coventry. Seems like 5 minutes ago that I was there, but I'll be there for the half marathon. On Sunday, the 5th of May, I will be doing the Great Birmingham Run. It's been run by a guy called AJ Bell. I don't know AJ, I don't know if he's a Bell, to be honest with you, but let's see what happens in his race. And on Sunday, the 12th of May, I will be running my first 20-mile trail marathon in the beautiful little village of Naisby, protecting my title. So that's what I've got lined up for you in 2024. This episode has been a little bit like that one they do in September is Strictly, where they reveal everything they've got lined up. Everyone sort of makes their mind up that it's going to be crap and they won't watch it, but ultimately they do. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen here. 27th of January, Whitchurn Way. Don't miss that one. See you soon.